The build-up to the 68th Annual Grammy Awards has been packed with curiosity, speculation, and meaningful storylines, but one of the most talked-about names in music history is notably missing from the 2026 ceremony: Taylor Swift. For more than a decade and a half, Swift has been one of the most central figures in the Recording Academy's biggest night. She's not only won an astonishing number of trophies, including a record 4 Album of the Year awards, but her appearances, performances, and competitive presence have defined multiple Grammy seasons. Whether she was up for a nomination, delivering a show-stopping performance, or celebrating another historic milestone, Swift's connection to the Grammys has been both profound and relentless. Yet as the 2026 Grammy Awards approach, set to take place on February 1st at the Crypto.com Arena in Los Angeles, it appears that fans should not expect to see Swift present or performing at this particular ceremony. The eligibility window and why Swift isn't competing this year. At the heart of Swift's absence from the 2026 Grammy conversation is something both technical and simple: timing. To qualify for nominations at any given Grammy Awards show, recordings must have been released within a specific eligibility period. For the 2026 ceremony, that window spanned from August 31, 2024, through August 30, 2025. Swift's most recent full-length project, The Life of a Showgirl, was released on October 3, 2025, outside of that eligibility period. That meant that, despite the album's massive commercial success, it could not be considered for awards in the 2026 cycle. Because she also did not release any other eligible music within that window, her previous full album, The Tortured Poets Department, debuted in April 2024 and was part of the prior Grammy cycle. Swift ended up with no nominations at all for 2026. This marks an unusual pause in what has been a long and decorated Grammy history for Swift. From her early days being recognized as a breakout songwriter to earning 14 Grammy trophies, including multiple Album of the Year wins, she's routinely been front and center at the awards for years. Rumors about attendance versus reality. Despite not being nominated, the pop superstar's name has still circled discussions about the ceremony, with rumors swirling about whether she might attend anyway. Some outlets and fan sites reported speculation that Grammy Awards executive producer Ben Winston and organizers were attempting to bring Swift to the show for an appearance or perhaps even a performance. However, in a recent interview addressed directly to that speculation, Winston pushed back on the idea that Swift would be there. He made clear that much of the buzz around her attendance stemmed from a misreported industry list, saying that the suggestion she might come was essentially made up by one publication and picked up globally as if it were a real plan. So while broadcasters and producers may privately recognize that Swift's presence could elevate viewership, given her cultural influence, the official line from the Grammy stage has been that no confirmed arrangement exists to have her attend, perform, or participate in any formal capacity. This distinction between rumor and reality highlights how intense the media focus is on Swift, sometimes to the point where unverified or industry insider speculation takes on the energy of official news, especially when connected to her name. Fans, pop culture outlets, and Grammy watchers alike chase even the slightest hint that she might be involved, even if eligibility rules would normally prevent it. Swift's Grammy legacy and cultural impact. Even without a presence in the 2026 awards categories, Swift's legacy looms large over this year's Grammys. She's among the most decorated artists in Grammy history, known for consistently showing up with critically acclaimed work that pushes boundaries and breaks records. The mere thought that she might appear, even without a nomination, underscores how intertwined her career is with the institution of the Grammy Awards. Additionally, the conversation surrounding her potential involvement, or lack thereof, reflects wider industry recognition of her star power. A reported attempt by organizers to court her for an appearance, even without nominations, speaks to that undeniable draw. Further context for Swift's ongoing influence came just days before the Grammys buzz this year when she was named the youngest ever woman to be inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame at age 36. That honor places her alongside legends like Stevie Wonder and underscores the long-term cultural weight of her songwriting catalog. How other artists are shaping the 2026 Grammys. With Swift not competing this year, the spotlight has shifted to other artists who are dominating the 2026 Grammy nominations and build-up. Kendrick Lamar led the pack of nominees with 9 overall nods, including multiple top categories, followed closely by the likes of Lady Gaga, Bad Bunny, and Sabrina Carpenter, each earning multiple nominations. Carpenter, in particular, was highlighted early on by producers as the intentional first performer announced, meant to generate excitement leading up to the show as part of a kind of musical rollout strategy, much like an advent calendar of artists. Meanwhile, K-pop artists like Rose of Blackpink received major nominations in top categories, marking another shift in musical globalization at the Grammys, and signaling how the industry is broadening its scope beyond traditional pop and R&B mainstays. What this means for Taylor Swift's career path. From Swift's perspective, sitting out the 2026 Grammy competition isn't necessarily negative. It's the result of how modern music release cycles interact with award eligibility periods. Her latest album, The Life of a Showgirl, was simply released after the cutoff, meaning it will almost certainly become a major contender at the 2027 Grammy Awards instead. In many ways, this pause could reset her awards trajectory without diminishing her industry stature. Swift has now proven multiple times that career milestones, from record-breaking tours to cross-generation cultural relevance, don't depend on a single award season. For her, this year can be more about artistic momentum and long-term legacy than fitting into an arbitrary eligibility window. Her absence from the 2026 nomination list also underscores a rare moment of reflection for audiences and analysts. One where fans are encouraged not just to celebrate achievements, but to understand the procedural mechanics that define awards eligibility in the music business. The context beyond the Grammys. This isn't the first time Swift has missed or skipped high-profile award show appearances, largely because her career rhythms often prioritize touring, recording, or creative reinvention over red carpet presence when there's no direct promotional necessity.